Hi there, I hope all is well. Welcome back. I'm Vic the Catholic Kid, and I was reading Matthew in my Bible, and I came upon an amazing passage that I thought we could all apply to our lives, and I really wanted to share it with you because I feel like anyone can take this little passage and just show some sort of charity to someone in need, but in a way that God wants us to. This is in Matthew 6, verse 1 through 4. And this is all about teaching us how to be charitable and what exactly God, not Jesus, wants from us and how he used Jesus to tell us this message. So, the message is, make certain you do not perform your religious duties in public so that people will see what you do. If you do these things publicly, you will not have any reward from your Father in heaven. So when you give something to a needy person, do not make a big show of it, as the hypocrites do in the houses of worship and on the streets. They do it so that people will praise them. I assure you, they have already been paid in full. But when you help a needy person, do it in such a way that even your closest friend will not know about it. Then it will be a private matter, and your Father who sees what you do in private will reward you. Wow. I was just wondering, if you could ask yourself, because I always am asking myself, how much am I giving myself to God? How much time? And not only time, but effort. Because you can pray all the prayers you want, you can go to mass, as many masses as you want, but at the end of the day, where is your heart leading? Are you being a charitable person? And how are you being a charitable person? Because I think a lot of times we forget how important God is and how impactful our decisions truly are at the end of the day. We aren't here to really make a show of our religion, and I hope you remember that. I believe somewhere else in Matthew it says, it's right after this passage, it says, they love to stand up and pray in the houses of worship and on the street corners so that everyone will see them. I assure you that they have already been paid in full. But when you pray, go to your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. So we truly need to start humbling ourselves and start knowing that we have to be small in our faith, in our showings out in the world, in our charity, in our love. We cannot be here to boast about it, because I think a lot of times we tend to do those kinds of things just to make ourselves feel better when that's not the intention of, that's not what we're here to do. I just wanted to share this with you. I think it's so important today that you do something charitable out of the kindness of your heart and not because you are hoping to get something out of it. But I completely understand sometimes we forget exactly why we need to be charitable and why we need to help our fellow neighbor instead of just thinking of how I can look like a better person and how I can feel better. This isn't about you, right? When you're being charitable, it has nothing to do about you. It has everything to do about the person next to you. So the next time you want to do something charitable, ask yourself, is this really 100% for the other person, or is this for me? Some things that you could do to be a charitable person, which are amazing, and I love to do these, but again, it's not really for me. This is truly for the other person. So I started doing this thing in which anytime I see a homeless man or someone begging on the street for food, I immediately drop what I'm doing. I go buy them a meal and I give it to them. So I invite you, kindness doesn't even have to be bought, right? Because of course I buy the meal, but you can make your own meal. You can offer just to carry your elderly neighbor's stuff into the trunk of their car, whatever. You can offer to bag someone's stuff in the grocery store. You can just hold the door open for someone. But don't do any of this in order to show off, right? This is not to show off. And again, when it comes to being close with God, God should never be used as a tool in showing off how holy we are, right, and saintly. God is not here to be a weapon of pride. We should never be prideful in our relationship with Jesus ever, even if we're in private. We are so small and so insignificant compared to compared to the kingdom of heaven, that anytime I encounter God or come to Jesus at the altar, I am just so like, oh my goodness, you know, I'm so insignificant, yet thank you so much for accepting me and allowing me to eat at your table. Because Jesus says all can eat with me, right? I just wanted to come here and, you know, talk about some charity and how to be charitable. I think these are such amazing words to live by, because I think a lot of times people can be hypocrites, me including. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I have done charitable things in just the hopes of feeling good, which is never really the reason as to why we should be charitable. So, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm praying for you. God bless. Bye.